It is really a shame to see a country that started on the right foundation, right? A foundation built on Christian principles. It is really a shame to see that country degenerate to debased practices and Satanist activities just for shock value. I get it. It's Halloween. I have nothing against the ceremony, even though I think some people in America are celebrating Halloween every other day of the year. But as it is common among deranged and depraved minds, this is just another opportunity to unveil the dark, twisted content of their hearts. A good example is Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly, two lost and confused souls that see nothing wrong in drinking each other's blood as a sign of deep-seated love for each other, right? What is even more despicable is their incapacity to be model parents for their children, too focused on being B-list celebrity couple that they forget their primary duties as parents. Megan Fox is an actress and full-time Satanist with a part-time gig that involves mothering 4 children. While Machine Gun Kelly is a washed-up Chinese version of Eminem whose major talent includes being an emotional support animal and blood donor for pagan practices with Megan Fox. By Hollywood standard, that is what you call a power couple. And here they are, displaying the shallow depths of their dark creativity on Halloween. And as you can see, Meghan is properly living up to her status as the mother of 4. When her kids grow up, this is the legacy she will gladly hand over to them. On the other hand, MGK is also a father or sperm donor to the creation of what is now a teenage daughter. And I know normal human beings will look at this and see the graphic display of debauchery and they will be like, this is unfitting for people who claim to be parents. But when you are possessed by demons, which I believe these people are really possessed by demons. So when you are possessed by demons, everything is permissible. Why not? Only God knows whose blood is in that cup. But it is obvious that the vein from which it came is saturated with cocaine. How do I know? Well, beyond the way they are acting, one of the pictures they posted on Instagram shows MGK snorting that white powder from Megan Fox's breast. This is what parenting looks like in 2022, right? 2 adults who haven't outgrown their teenage gothic phase, completely ignoring their responsibilities as role model and symbol of sanity for their children. It is really sad to see, that there are people, mostly celebrities, who are unwilling to give up their childish ways and take up responsibilities. The buzz of fame and fortune has obliterated the realities around them. They are no longer children, both in age and in the fact that they are parents, but none of this fact will make these people grow the hell up. To them, age is nothing but a number, and children are just burdens they can drop off with the nanny and check up on when they are done being rich and famous. And this is not just an isolated incident. No, this is common. We see this trend every other day in Hollywood. In case you didn't know, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj are both mothers. So this is not the first attempt by one of those talentless Hollywood elites to try to shock and offend people with something cringe and utterly disgusting. This is one of the oldest tricks in the book for getting people's attention. And sadly enough, society falls for this dumb trick every time and give this attention-hungry, selfish, narcissistic moron the attention they desperately need. And I get it, right? I get why people do things like this, especially when they are young and immature. But you would expect that when children are in the picture, maturity will creep in, right? But obviously, these Hollywood type have stunted growth. They have stunted growth in their character development and are doomed to raise children with issues who will grow up to spend a huge portion of their inheritance on a truckload of therapies as they try to deal with childhood traumas. That's if their father doesn't spend everything on cocaine. I mean, if I'm the one who make the rules for society, these people will not be allowed to have custody of their children. This wayward act renders them unfit to even parent a cat. But here we are talking about 5 children. And people are complaining. People are complaining on the internet. The usual, I guess. But you shouldn't complain. These are the monsters you created and financed with every dollar you spent on what they called music. These are your idols, your stars, the people your children spend most of their time digesting their art. This is who they've always been. And you've had no problem with it. Why complain now? So this is what you get. This is what you get when you ignore tradition and tear down religion. In place of God, you have demon-possessed celebrities ready to corrupt a whole generation. This is what you get when you give mere human beings godlike status. This is exactly what you get. So have fun, Americans. This is your golden calf. Now bow down and worship it.